because I want people to understand what you did and how you did it. So what was the daily routine to actually get this volume of work done, and then also to get it out into this marketplace?
So I was literally, I did have a 9-to-5 job that would work. Most of the work was done in the summer. So I would just wake up. I really just had a book of ideas as far as when I did the script writing processes. I had a book of ideas where I would just write it down, and anytime they came to me, I would jot it down. So even if I was at work, I would have something to go home and write to. And usually you structure it out. What I did was, in all my films, I make sure that there's no loose ends. There can't be any questioning. The audience really has to, it's got to be a solid film concept-wise. So what I do is structure it out in a bird's eye view. There is a new method that came out after that was actually called the story clock method, where it's a bird's eye view and you structure it out. And if you Google that, you can find out the concept, but you're basically making sure that your film is all tied off on the concept and all of the elements story-wise. But the writing process, it was basically literally you wake up each morning, you write scripts till 12, fall asleep, and do it again.
You would work a 9-to-5 doing it, or you would work all day, or you were working another job?
I would also, of course, when I got home, it's not like I'm watching TV, but I'm just going right to script writing whenever I get a chance. So
that's amazing.
Nowadays, when we got that Subnivian, I saw that someone offered me $4,000. I, of course, decided, hey, I'm going to put this into production. And that was about a year and a half ago. So with Subnivian, not only did we have to do extensive revisions on the script itself, even though it was a really solid concept. I wanted to make sure it was perfection. So as far as getting it into production was the hardest part I could have imagined, and I didn't know how I would have done it.
Right.
But the first thing I did really was I planned out the whole shoot. I said, what do we have to have as far as Subnivian's based in a winter setting, and we have to have frozen ice conditions for that setting. So, of course, that narrows it down. First, it's finding the location. Then tailoring, I knew that I could gather college students, industry professionals based on that location. So I took that location, and it pointed me up north to Marquette, which is a few miles off the Canadian border, way up there in Michigan. So I needed to have a 100% chance that it would be freezing conditions when we were shooting and no risk of anything happening. So I first reached out to the college out there in Marquette. They sent over a producer and a few other crew members out of their cinema classes that were about to go out in the industry. And I also, the Michigan Film Commission website is a blessing. They have basically a directory of any person in the film industry that lives in Michigan. So, and they have phone numbers and all that. So I called about 300 people over the course of 3 weeks.
I love this story. I just love this story. Go ahead.
And that, for me, originally, towards the first start of my high school, I was kind of more of a shyer type. So, I mean, calling up these people, it's like, you want to do what up in Marquette? You want to shoot this? Because they took a look at the script. This script is the biggest scale script I've ever written as far as production-wise. It's a blockbuster-sized set that you would have to pull up to actually shoot the movie. So, I mean, it wasn't that I wanted to go for an ambition aspect. I knew that if this is pulled off my way, all practical, it's going to be the best short film no matter what. So basically all that came into effect, and I hired these people under contracts that I made myself. And then
how did you make your contracts by yourself?
A lot of legal research.
So you, oh my God, this is like, the story just keeps getting deeper and deeper. I love this. So then which is generally not advisable. Don't write your own contracts. Always have an attorney, but you didn't have a chance to do it. And on a short film basis, you were probably okay.
Okay. I
But
was able to get some legal feedback, of course, online. There's
sure, like a
a
Rocket
ton of
Lawyer
services.
or
I
something like
mean,
that.
nowadays, you can do anything. I was still in my room just calling up online lawyers to take a look at the contracts. So, I mean,
This is great.
basically, during that time, also, my parents were really starting to recognize that, hey, this script thing is evolving into actually something that is going to be shot into a movie. So they really, I could see that they were questioning my commitment, even though, because they don't see all the stuff behind the scenes. They see me on a computer typing all day. So sorry, I'm getting over a cold, but
No worries, no worries.
basically, um, they don't see they don't see a product coming out of all this. They see it all online. Um, it's all digital money too. It's not like I'm having stacks of cash in my room,
Right.
but I could see them questioning it. So I knew that I had to brand myself as a filmmaker actually to get more industry professionals to join the project and take me seriously. Not only the industry professionals, but anyone that looks at me making this movie is going to question, how are you going to pull this off?
You're absolutely right. I would be the first one to say, I'm like,